Time doesn't control you, you control time. Every second you waste is a piece of your potential slipping away. The truth is you're not out of time, you're out of focus. While others chase urgency, winners create systems. This audiobook isn't about working harder. It's about mastering yourself so deeply that time bends to your discipline. By the end of this hour, you'll know how to silence procrastination, command your focus, and multiply what you achieve every single day you've said it before. I don't have time. But let me tell you something, that's a lie. You're not out of time. You're out of control. You're not out of hours. You're out of priorities. Everyone on this planet, from the billionaire to the janitor, has the same 24 hours. The same sun rises for all of us. The difference isn't time. The difference is ownership. Stop telling yourself you're busy. Everyone's busy, but not everyone's effective. You see, busy is what people say when they're avoiding clarity. Busy is what you say when you don't want to admit you're wasting hours on the wrong things. You don't lack time, you lack clarity. Say that again, you don't lack time, you lack clarity. Because clarity creates direction, and direction saves hours. The problem isn't that you have too little time. The problem is that you give too much of it away, to distractions, to other people's priorities, to the noise that doesn't build your life. Every minute you scroll, every time you say yes when you should say no, you're telling the world, my time doesn't matter. And the world believes you. You think success is about doing more. It's not. It's about doing less of what doesn't move you forward. If it's not a priority, it's a distraction. If it doesn't serve your mission, it's stealing from your future. That's the key. You're not managing time, you're managing focus. Look at the greats. Elon Musk runs multiple companies. Kobe Bryant trained 3 times a day. Steve Jobs simplified his entire life so he could think clearly. They didn't find more time. They made it by eliminating the meaningless. The average person spends 4 to 5 hours a day consuming nonsense. Social media, gossip, drama. That's over 70 full days a year. 70. Gone. And then we wonder why we're stuck. Time is a mirror. It shows you what you value most. If you spend your time on entertainment, you value escape. If you spend it on growth, you value evolution. If you spend it serving your goals, you value purpose. So stop saying, I don't have time. You have time. You're just giving it to the wrong things. You can't keep living on autopilot. You can't keep letting urgency beat importance. Every yes to distraction is a no to your dream. You have to take your minutes back. Because every wasted minute becomes a habit. And every habit becomes a lifestyle. That's the truth nobody wants to face. You can't buy time. You can't borrow time. You can only spend it. And when it's gone, it's gone. Here's the shift. Stop saying, I don't have time. Start saying, it's not my priority. It's brutal, but it's honest. Say it out loud. I don't have time to work out. It's not my priority to stay healthy. I don't have time to build my business. It's not my priority to create freedom. When you change your words, you expose your truth. That's the moment accountability begins. That's when your power comes back. Because you can't control the clock, but you can control your choices. And every choice you make is a vote for the future you want or the one you'll regret. You have a choice. Every single day. You can waste your hours. Or you can weaponize them. Look at your schedule. It's your life in visible form. If your day is filled with noise, it's because your mind is filled with confusion. If your day is filled with purpose, it's because your vision is clear. Winners plan their day before it begins. Losers react to whatever happens. You have to choose which one you'll be. Here's what you do starting today. Step 1. Audit your hours. Write down where every single minute goes for the next 24 hours. You'll be shocked. You'll see where your dreams are dying. Step 2. Eliminate what doesn't matter. Unsubscribe, unfollow, unplug. If it doesn't build you, it bleeds you. Step 3. Schedule what matters most. Don't try to find time. Make it. Lock it in your calendar like a meeting with your future. Because that's what it is. Every task you commit to is a meeting with the person you're becoming. You don't need their permission. You don't need motivation. You just need a decision. A decision that says, I'm done wasting my life in fragments. And when you make that decision, time starts serving you. It stops being your enemy and becomes your greatest weapon. That's the real secret to productivity, not apps, not hacks, not planners. It's ownership. When you own your hours, you own your life. You're not busy. You're distracted. You're not tired. You're unfocused. You're not running out of time. You're running out of discipline. Every time you say, I don't have time, you reinforce helplessness. But every time you say, it's not my priority, you regain power. Power to choose. Power to act. Power to win. That's how high performers live. They don't chase time, they command it. They don't wait for balance, they create order. They don't say, someday. They say, now. You have that same power. It's been there all along. The question is, will you use it? Because every day you delay is a day someone else decides. Someone else works. Someone else wins. Stop saying, I don't have time. Start proving that you do. Wake up earlier. Cut 1 hour of nonsense. Eliminate one excuse. That's how mastery begins, one disciplined choice at a time. Repeat this to yourself every morning. I control my time. I control my focus. I control my future. That's not a mantra, that's your truth. And the more you repeat it, the more your life aligns with it. You have a choice. Right now. You can keep complaining, or you can take control. Because when you master your time, you master your life. You've taken the first step, ownership. Now it's time to go deeper. Because time means nothing if you don't have the discipline to protect it. You've stopped making excuses. Now it's time to build structure. Chapter 2. Discipline is the real clock. Everyone talks about time. No one talks about discipline. But here's the truth, discipline is time. You don't manage hours. You manage yourself. You don't control the clock. You control your consistency. And that's the difference between people who get ahead and people who get left behind. The busy ones complain. The disciplined ones build. The busy ones chase. The disciplined ones command. Time doesn't favor the smart. It favors the consistent. Let me say that again. Time favors the consistent, not the busy. Because busy is noise. Consistency is signal. Discipline cuts through the chaos and builds order where others drown in distraction. You have a choice every day. You can wake up and react to your feelings. Or you can wake up and follow your system. One leads to exhaustion. The other leads to mastery. That's the key. Discipline is what turns minutes into momentum. It's what turns repetition into results. It's what transforms a single habit into a lifetime of progress. Stop chasing motivation. Stop waiting to feel ready. Motivation fades. Discipline endures. Motivation whispers. Discipline commands. You don't need to feel like it to do it. You just need to do it until you feel like it. The reason most people never master their time isn't because they lack opportunity. It's because they lack consistency. They keep starting over. They keep restarting the same goals every Monday. That's not growth. That's procrastination disguised as effort. Discipline means doing it anyway. When it's hard. When you're tired. When no one claps. You show up. You execute. You repeat. That's how time starts working for you, not against you. You see, discipline creates compound interest. Every small action stacks. Every repetition multiplies. Miss 1 day and you lose rhythm. Stack 10 days and you gain power. That's how winners think. They don't ask, how do I find more time? They ask, how do I use my discipline better? Because they know, structure is freedom. The world sells you chaos disguised as flexibility. But freedom without structure is just noise. Freedom with structure becomes power. Let me give you an example. The Navy SEALs live by brutal structure. Sleep, train, execute, repeat. You'd think it's restrictive. It's not. It's liberating. Because structure removes decision fatigue. It kills hesitation. They don't think. They do. That's what discipline gives you, mental freedom. You stop debating yourself. You stop negotiating with your weakness. You wake up and the system runs. That's power. That's peace. Most people fear structure because they think it limits them. But the truth? Lack of structure is the real prison. When you don't plan your day, you're a slave to other people's urgency. When you don't control your habits control you. Discipline builds time because it kills chaos. And chaos is what drains your energy. Every decision you leave unmade becomes a leak in your focus. So build the system. Build the routine. And stick to it until it feels like breathing. Wake up at the same time. Do the same morning actions. Train your mind and body to move without negotiation. That's how the greats live. Kobe didn't ask if he felt like practicing. He practiced. Jocko Willink doesn't set alarms for motivation. He sets alarms for war. That's discipline. It's not about perfection. It's about obedience to your purpose. You don't need their permission. You don't need applause. You just need commitment. Say it to yourself. I don't rise when I feel ready. I rise when I said I would. That's discipline. That's mastery. The world doesn't reward talent. It rewards consistency. Every great athlete, every great leader, every great creator, they built systems that ran when emotion didn't. You have a choice. You can keep living by your moods. Or you can live by your mission. Because moods change by the hour. But mission? Mission stays. That's the key. When you build discipline, you build a second clock. An internal one. And that clock doesn't care about circumstances. It only knows execution. That's why disciplined people seem to have more time. They don't waste hours deciding. They've already decided. While others scroll, they start. While others think, they move. While others doubt, they finish. That's not luck. That's structure. So if you want to master time, stop watching the clock. Start becoming it. Your habits are your clock. Your routines are your calendar. And your results will always reveal how disciplined you truly are. You can't fake consistency. You can't cheat repetition. Every missed day shows up later as regret. Every disciplined day shows up later as freedom. You want freedom? Then earn it through structure. Because structure builds freedom. Every checklist, every schedule, every plan. That's not limitation, that's liberation. Structure is how you protect your time from chaos. It's how you defend your dream from distraction. It's how you multiply your hours when the rest of the world wastes theirs. You don't wait for discipline. You create it, minute by minute. Every decision is a rep. Every rep is a muscle. Every muscle builds identity. That's the process. You're not building habits. You're building the person who no longer breaks them. Discipline is how you prove to yourself that you can be trusted with your own potential. And when you prove that, time starts serving you instead of slipping away from you. So here's your challenge. Pick one thing. Just one. Wake up at the same time every day for the next 30 days. Don't negotiate. Don't rationalize. Just do it. Because when you win the first hour of the day, you own the rest of it. And when you win enough days, you own your life. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's not about speed. It's about direction. You have a choice. Right now. You can live like everyone else. Distracted, inconsistent, reactive. Or you can live like the few, structured, focused, disciplined. Because time will test you either way. The question is, will you control it, or will it control you? Discipline is the real clock. Set it. Wind it. Obey it. That's how you win. You've built the foundation. You've learned to command yourself before you command your hours. Now let's go deeper. Because discipline without focus is just noise. And focus is where true mastery begins. Chapter 3. Focus is a superpower. Your attention is currency. And right now, the world is bankrupting you. Every scroll, every notification, every distraction, a small death of progress. You think you're choosing to check your phone. You're not. It's choosing you. You think you're in control of your focus. You're not. You're reacting to the noise, not leading your attention. That's the truth most people won't face. You're not tired, you're scattered. You're not unmotivated, you're unfocused. It's not about time management anymore. It's about attention management. Because time means nothing if your mind is fractured. You can have 10 free hours and still get nothing done if you let the world pull you in every direction. But 5 focused hours? That's a weapon. 5 focused hours can change your entire life. That's the key. Focus multiplies time. Every distraction steals a piece of your future. Every interruption resets your brain's momentum. Every notification trains your mind to scatter instead of concentrate. So let me ask you, who's controlling your attention right now? Is it you? Or is it the algorithm? You have a choice. You can live like most people, reactive, addicted, overstimulated. Or you can train your mind like a weapon. Because make no mistake, in this world, focus is the new wealth. The person who can go deep when everyone else stays shallow will always win. That's not theory. That's reality. Think about it. The greatest creators, thinkers, athletes, they all had one thing in common: the ability to block the world out, to disappear into the work, to live in silence while others chase noise. They mastered the art of deep work, not multitasking, not grinding, but immersion. When they worked, the world didn't exist. You have to build that same mental fortress. And it starts by cutting out what kills your focus. Here's the hard truth. Most people are addicted to distraction because distraction feels productive. Checking, scrolling, replying, switching. It gives the illusion of progress without the pain of real work. But focus? Focus demands friction. Focus demands stillness. You can't be deep and distracted at the same time. Every time you switch tasks, you lose momentum. Your brain takes minutes to recover, to reload, to re-engage. And most people never notice. They just wonder why they're always busy but behind. Stop chasing stimulation. Start chasing silence. That's where power lives. To focus, you must train your attention. Like a muscle. Because that's what it is, a mental muscle. At first, it'll feel impossible. You'll crave your phone. You'll crave noise. You'll crave escape. That's normal. That's the withdrawal of a distracted mind. But if you can sit through that discomfort, if you can endure it without giving in, you'll start to feel something new. Clarity. Strength. Because when you control your emotions, you control your hours. And when you control your hours, you control your life. That's the equation. That's how you win. So here's how you start building your focus muscle. 3 steps. Simple but not easy. Step 1, block time. You can't focus in chaos. You need to design focus into your day. Pick one window, 90 minutes minimum. No interruptions. No phone. No noise. Guard it like your life depends on it, because your dream does. Step 2, batch your distractions. Don't let them drip feed into your brain all day. Create windows for email, social media, and messages. Contain them. Compress them. Then get back to real work. Step 3, protect your environment. Focus thrives in simplicity. Clean your workspace. Silence your devices. Make your space reflect your mission. You can't build clarity in clutter. That's the rule. When you start living this way, you'll feel different. You'll see how scattered everyone else is, how unfocused the world has become. And you'll start to rise. Quietly. Consistently. Powerfully. Because focus is rare. And what's rare is valuable. Every distraction is a small death of progress. Every moment of deep focus is a resurrection of potential. So ask yourself, how many small deaths are you willing to tolerate today? How much of your future are you willing to trade for cheap dopamine? Because that's what's happening every time you break concentration. You're trading greatness for convenience. And convenience is the enemy of mastery. Stop being available to everything. Stop letting everyone's urgency become your emergency. You don't owe your attention to anyone who hasn't earned it. You don't need their permission to disconnect. You don't need validation to go silent. You just need discipline. You have a choice. You can keep living with a divided mind, or you can reclaim it. Focus isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, better. It's about depth, not volume. It's about energy, not effort. Every great breakthrough comes from focus. Every business built. Every book written. every life transformed. The world rewards those who can concentrate. So build that muscle until it's unbreakable. Because here's what happens when you train your focus long enough, you start to enter flow. Time slows down. The noise fades. The work becomes effortless. That's not magic, that's mastery. And mastery comes from repetition. You don't wait for it. You create it. Every focused minute builds strength. Every hour compounds into power. Every day of deep work builds a life you can be proud of. But it starts small. 5 minutes of silence. Then 10. Then an hour. And one day you'll look back and realize, focus rebuilt you. You stopped being reactive. You became intentional. You stopped chasing. You started creating. You stopped drowning in noise. You learned to hear your own thoughts again. And when that happens, you'll understand something powerful. You never lacked time. You never lacked potential. You just lacked focus. That's the truth most people never learn. But now you know it. So guard your focus like your future depends on it, because it does. And remember this line. When you control your emotions, you control your hours. When you control your hours, you control your life. That's not a quote. That's a blueprint. Focus is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what separates the talkers from the builders. It's what separates noise from legacy. You've taken back your attention. You've learned to go deep when others stay distracted. But focus is only as powerful as the energy behind it. If your body and mind are drained, no amount of focus can save you. So now it's time to go deeper, to the real fuel that powers every hour you live. Because focus means nothing without energy. Chapter 4. Energy, not hours, drives success. Let's get something straight. You don't need more hours in the day. You need more energy in the hours you already have. Because time without energy is worthless. You can have 12 hours free and still accomplish nothing if your body is drained and your mind is foggy. But give me one person with energy, focus, and drive, and they'll do more in 4 hours than most people do in 4 days. That's the truth. That's the key. You've been told to manage your time. But time management is useless without energy management. The question isn't, how long can I work? The real question is, how long can I work with intensity, focus, and fire? Because that's what success demands, not long days, but powerful ones. You have a choice. You can keep trading sleep for effort, coffee for clarity, burnout for bragging rights. Or you can master the art of energy and multiply what your hours are worth. Let's go deeper. 1. Time without energy is worthless. A tired mind makes slow decisions. A tired body moves slower, thinks smaller, settles faster. That's not weakness, that's biology. When you're drained, your brain starts to conserve energy. It takes the path of least resistance. It avoids discomfort. It settles for easy. And easy is the enemy of greatness. You can't make bold moves when your energy is bankrupt. You can't think clearly when your body is begging for rest. You can't chase your vision when you can barely keep your eyes open. That's why high performers protect their energy like it's gold. Because it is. Your energy is your currency. Every task, every decision, every conversation, it costs energy. So if you spend it on nonsense, you'll have nothing left for what truly matters. Protect your energy like it's gold. Protect your mornings like they're sacred. Protect your sleep like your future depends on it. Because it does. You can fake motivation. You can fake confidence. But you can't fake energy. You either have it or you don't. And if you don't, you lose the day before it even starts. So here's your reality check. Stop glorifying exhaustion. Stop wearing burnout like a badge. Working more hours doesn't make you strong. Working smarter does. It's not about hours. It's about output. And output is powered by energy. You can't pour from an empty tank. You can't sprint on fumes. You can't win the long game when your body is begging for recovery. That's the key. 2. Upgrade your inputs. Energy is not magic. What you put in is what you get out. If you feed your body junk, if you feed your mind garbage, if you drown your soul in noise, don't be surprised when your performance crashes. You are what you consume. And that includes everything: food, media, people, thoughts. So let's start with the basics. Stop treating it like an inconvenience. Sleep is not lost time, it's recovery time. It's the reset button for your brain, your hormones, your willpower. One night of bad sleep can drop your cognitive performance by up to 30%. That's like trying to drive with the parking brake on and wondering why you're not moving fast. You don't need more caffeine. You need consistency. You need to treat your body like an athlete, not a machine. Then comes nutrition. Every meal is a choice between fuel and fatigue. Eat to perform, not to escape. You want to feel alive after eating, not half asleep. That's how winners eat, intentionally. And then there's environment. Your space is programming you every second. If it's cluttered, chaotic, noisy, your mind will mirror it. You can't produce clarity in chaos. Clean your space. Curate your inputs. Limit the junk information you let in. Protect your peace like your productivity depends on it, because it does. Even small upgrades compound fast. 5 minutes of deep breathing can restore your focus. A 10-minute walk can reset your brain. A single glass of water can lift your energy instantly. Small inputs, big returns. That's the secret the burned-out world forgets. A 5-minute recharge can add an hour of productivity. That's the math of energy mastery. You don't need to push harder. You need to refuel smarter. 3. Balance the burnout. Now, let's talk about something most people don't understand. Winners don't avoid fatigue. They manage it. They don't wait until they crash. They plan recovery into the system. Because rest is not weakness, it's reload. That's the mindset shift. The average person burns out because they go full throttle with no recharge. They push until the body breaks, the mind dulls, and the passion dies. And then they wonder why they can't stay consistent. You can't outwork broken energy. You can't force clarity from a fried nervous system. You can't win from exhaustion. So stop trying to. Winners build cycles. Focus, push, rest, repeat. They go all in when it's time to perform. And they pull back when it's time to recover. Recovery isn't quitting. It's preparation. It's the discipline to recharge before you collapse. You have to understand, energy is not endless. It's renewable. That means it can run out, but it can also be rebuilt. Through sleep, through silence, through stillness, through anything that restores your body and resets your mind. Take your breaks intentionally. Don't scroll through your phone and call it rest. That's just changing the shape of your distraction. Real rest is quiet. Real rest is presence. Real rest is when your body exhales and your mind unplugs. That's what keeps your drive sustainable. Because burnout doesn't happen from doing too much. It happens from recovering too little. You can't win if you're running on fumes. You can't grow if you never pause to refuel. You can't build a masterpiece if you're always half alive. Protect your energy like it's gold. Because once it's gone, your focus, your creativity, your discipline, they all fall with it. That's the formula. High energy equals high clarity. High clarity equals high performance. That's how you multiply time. So take this with you. You don't need more time. You need more vitality. You don't need more hustle. You need more balance. It's not about burning longer, it's about burning brighter. Energy is what turns potential into performance. It's what makes the difference between trying and thriving. It's what keeps your mind sharp and your heart strong when everyone else is fading. When you master your energy, your time becomes worth more. Your focus becomes sharper. Your progress becomes unstoppable. You have a choice. Protect your energy or waste your hours. Recharge or decay. Rest or rust. That's the key. Because when you protect your energy, you're not slowing down, you're setting up for the next level. You've learned to master your focus. Now you've learned to protect your energy. But there's one more piece, the bridge between focus and energy, the mindset that keeps your consistency alive day after day. Because all the time and energy in the world mean nothing without one thing: discipline. Next chapter, the discipline of consistency. Every day is a gift, but most people treat it like a guarantee. They wake up like time owes them something. It doesn't. You are not promised tomorrow. You are barely promised the next hour. And if you live like time owes you, you waste it. That's the truth no one wants to face. That's the key. You don't control how much time you have. You only control how much meaning you give to the time you get. That's what separates the focused from the frantic, the intentional from the impulsive. It's not about having more hours. It's about extracting more value from the hours you already have. This is how high performers live. They don't wait for time. They command it. They don't drift through days. They design them. So the question is simple. Are you spending your days, or are you investing them? You have a choice. Every single morning, you get to decide if today will advance your purpose or drain it. If you'll lead the day, or let it lead you. Let's break this down. 1. Plan with purpose. Every great day starts the night before. Winners don't wake up and guess. They wake up and execute. They know what matters before the day begins. They script their actions. They remove the randomness. Because randomness is the enemy of progress. If you start your day reactive, you've already lost control. Let me repeat that. If you start your day reactive, you've already lost control. Checking your phone first thing in the morning isn't harmless. It's habit programming. It's training your brain to chase, not create. You're starting the day in response mode, not leadership mode. The morning belongs to clarity, not chaos. If you don't plan your day, someone else will plan it for you. So here's the rule. End every night with intention. Write down your top 3 priorities. No more than 3. Ask yourself, if I accomplish only these 3 things, would today count as progress? If the answer is yes, you've won the day before it even starts. That's the mindset. That's discipline. Stop waking up to survive your schedule. Wake up to command it. You have to know what deserves your time before the world distracts you. That's how you take ownership. That's how you make every minute count twice. 2. The double the day technique. Now let's talk about the strategy that can literally double your productivity, the 2-day living method. It's simple but powerful. You divide your day into 2 parts, offense and defense. Morning is offense. Evening is defense. In the morning you create. You go on the attack. You move the needle. You do the work that builds your future. Deep work, strategy, creation, execution. That's when your mind is sharpest. That's when distractions are lowest. That's when the world is quiet enough for you to make progress. No social media. No endless scrolling. No reaction. Morning is for offense, building what matters. Then comes the evening, the second day. This is where you defend. You review. You reflect. You recharge. Evening is where you check the results. You evaluate your progress. You look at what worked, what didn't, and what needs to improve tomorrow. You don't go to bed mindlessly. You go to bed with awareness. And when you live this way, offense in the morning, defense at night, you double your growth rate. Because instead of living one long, blurry day, you live 2 precise ones. That's how top performers gain compound results. They create twice. They learn twice. They grow twice. Think about that. If the average person learns 1 lesson per day, you'll learn 2. If the average person reflects once a week, you'll reflect every night. If the average person acts once in a while, you'll act every single morning. That's the edge. That's how you multiply time without bending it. Every morning, attack. Every evening, adjust. That's the formula. You have a choice. You can let days blend together, or you can make each one count twice. And if you do that long enough, your results will start to look supernatural. But they won't be magic. They'll be the math of consistency. 3. Live like time owes you nothing. Now we go deeper. You have to live as if time owes you nothing. Because it doesn't. You are not entitled to tomorrow. You are not entitled to success. You are not entitled to another opportunity. The clock doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about your effort. That's the truth. That's the key. When you live like time owes you nothing, you stop waiting. You stop wasting. You stop negotiating with laziness. You move now. You build now. You act now. You stop saying one day, because you realize one day is code for never. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Every moment you delay is a piece of your potential dying quietly. Today is not coming back. Make it pay rent. Say it again. Today is not coming back. Make it pay rent. Every action should pay you in growth, peace, or progress. If it doesn't, it's a debt you can't afford. The clock is undefeated. You can't fight it, but you can leverage it. You can make time your ally by making your actions intentional. The people who win are not the fastest. They're the most present. They're not obsessed with how long life is, they're obsessed with how full each day becomes. That's the shift. You can't add more years to your life, but you can add more life to your years. Every moment has to matter. Every choice has to align. Every day has to earn its keep. You don't need perfection. You need presence. You don't need endless time. You need intentional time. Time is not the problem. Focus is. Discipline is. Energy is. That's the key. So stop treating time like a friend who will always wait. Start treating it like a business partner who demands performance. Because it does. Every sunrise is an opportunity. Every sunset is an audit. What you did between the two determines whether you're growing or decaying. Today is the rent. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. You've learned to own your time. You've learned to protect your energy. You've learned to plan, execute, and reflect. You've learned to make every day count, twice. Now the rest is up to you. Because time mastery isn't about clocks or calendars, it's about character. It's not about managing minutes, it's about mastering yourself. You have a choice. Waste your time or weaponize it. Complain about the hours you don't have, or multiply the ones you do. That's the challenge. That's the invitation. Time owes you nothing, but discipline will give you everything. So live like your hours matter. Work like your seconds count. And remember this forever. You don't get time back. But you can make time pay. That's how you master your days. That's how you master your mind. That's how you master your life. That you've just learned the truth most people spend a lifetime avoiding. You don't need more hours. You need more intention. Every minute you waste on distraction, someone else is building discipline. Every excuse you make, someone else is gaining ground. The people who win are not faster, smarter, or luckier, they are more deliberate. They control their emotions, command their focus, and treat every hour as sacred. You don't rise by chance, you rise by structure. So starting tonight, don't say you'll try. Schedule your success. Plan your next day before you sleep. Guard your focus like it's your future, because it is. Time will serve you, only if you finally decide to master it.